All right. What's up, y'all? What's up? This is it. This is the Lion's Den. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Um, as I listen, I say this all the time, right? I'm not gonna be before you long, and I plan to make good on that today, but I definitely wanted to keep my commitment to you and bring you into the Lions Den each and every week. Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern for those of you from the home front. But listen, as you are tuning in, make sure you let us know where you are tuning in from so we can give you a shout out. And if you have been catching any of the episodes, then you know that this is one of those platforms. This is one of those opportunities where we can get engaged together, answer some questions, grow together, and really take our lives to a whole nother level. So, again, welcome to the Lions Den. As you are coming in, let me know where you're tuning in from, and we are going to get started here in just a few seconds. Okay, I want to make sure that we are good on this end. We're streaming from a couple different platforms today. So I know whether you're catching this on Facebook, whether you're catching this on YouTube, whether you're catching on Instagram, you may be on LinkedIn, wherever you are. Make sure you let us know that you are tuned in to the Lion's Den. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is something that I believe is extremely important for everybody, right? And I know a lot of times we hear that message, or we hear that cliche statement that, this message is not for everybody. I'm going to kind of go off on a limb, and I'm going to say that this one is for everybody, especially in what's happening in our society today, and just you name it, in every area. Pretty much everybody needs to hear this message, and so I want to make sure that I'm obedient to this. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's coming directly from this book. Okay, it's coming directly from this book. If you have not gotten a copy of this book, you want to make sure you get a copy of this. Okay, as a matter of fact, let me put this up. So those of you who have not gotten it yet, make sure you go get a copy of this book, The Lion's Den. You can order it. You see the website right there, MikeLewisInc.com / hear the roar. All one word, hear the roar. All right, MikeLewis.com / hear the roar. So you want to make sure that you get a copy of that book. Okay. Now, here's what I want to make sure we do for each and every person that is joining on tonight. Again, um, if you haven't got a copy of the book, make sure you get a copy of the book. But I'm gonna give you some substance directly from this book, okay? And I believe it is going to be life changing. Let me go ahead and turn to where we're going to be talking out of it today. And as a matter of fact, if you do have this book and you want to join in with me, I'm going to be coming out of chapter 1 today. Right? Chapter 1 deals with something that's critical, for everybody, and that is being a person of authenticity. Being a person of authenticity. So before we get into it, let me make sure that you guys are hearing me okay. If you are, just go ahead and let me know down in the comments. If you see me looking over, it's because I'm looking at a platform here, and I'm scrolling looking at platforms everywhere. So it doesn't matter where you tuning in from. Let me know that you can hear me okay. Let me know that you can hear me okay. All right, so here's what I want to do, okay? Because we talked about the Lion's Den, and we continue to talk about the Lion's Den, but I want to make sure that everybody here understand what I mean when I say the Lion's Den, okay? What am I talking about when I'm mentioning the Lion's Den? And so I want to give you a definition directly from the book, okay? And here is what the Lion's Den is. Pay very close attention to this, okay? The Lion's Den is a period in time in which an event, circumstance, or condition leads one to a potentially dangerous or series of unstable situations in life, in which, if allowed to carry on unresolved or handled, will hinder one's purpose of being fulfilled. Now, I'm going to keep this up here for a second, and I really, really want you to ponder on this definition of what is the lion's den. Okay. What is the lion's den? Again, it's a period in time in which an event, circumstance, or condition leads one to a potentially dangerous or a series of unstable situations in life. Now, I'm saying potentially dangerous because not all of them are going to affect you, right? Affect or effect. Not all of them will, but it's going to be contingent upon the things that you do in order to prevent that from becoming potentially dangerous in your life, right? So it's it's an event or condition, circumstance or condition that leads one to potentially dangerous or a series of unstable situations in life. We all go through unstable situations, right? Um, but what happens is this: if these things are gone or are allowed to go on or are allowed to carry on unresolved, they will hinder you from fulfilling your life's purpose. Okay, they will hinder you from fulfilling your life's purpose, and that's one of the dangers of being in the lion's den. Is your purpose is not being revealed. Your purpose is not being fulfilled. Okay. All right. So, most of us, here's the thing. Okay. Most of us, when we look at the lion's den, when I see the lion's den, here's what I know is on the inside of the lion's den. Most of us will see something like this. All right. And this is the truth. In my personal opinion, this is the truth. When you are entering into the lion's den, you have to understand that you have a pack of hungry lions that is literally looking to devour you. Okay. They already have blood on their mouths, right? Blood is already dripping from their mouths because they're ready for the next meal. They've already gotten a hold of something or somebody that was not able to escape this lion's den. They already got a hold of a meal. But one thing you have to remember when it comes to the lion's den is that the lions stay hungry. They stay hungry within the lion's den. And so I'm going to show you how to look at this beast that you're looking at in this on the screen, and I want to show you how to meet this beast face to face, eye to eye, and be able to make it out on the other side. But now, in order for us to do that, there are some key principles that I want to really get into right away and help you understand what this is all about. Okay, so we're talking about, again, authenticity. Authenticity. If you are, again, wherever you're tuning in from, just type in authenticity down in the comments below. Okay, so chapter one is authenticity, and we're talking about the common denominator. The common denominator of what, you may ask? Well, the common denominator is always going to be you. I know that's something that a lot of people don't want to hear. Listen, the common denominator is always going to be you if you're trying to go from where you are to where you desire to be. Okay. The common denominator is always going to be you. And the sooner you accept that, the faster you will be able to come out of this lion's den with minimum battle wounds, with minimum scars, with minimum teeth marks. Are y'all hearing me? So I want to make sure that we understand what this means. All right. So here is the thing, though. Here is the thing. Let me show you the definition one more time of the lion's den so you can understand where we are going with this. Okay. So, again, the definition of the lion's den, so everybody can be on the same page, is the lion's den is a period in time in which an event, circumstance, or condition leads one to a potentially dangerous or a series of unstable situations in life in which, if allowed to carry on unresolved or handled, will hinder one's purpose of being fulfilled. Okay. Now, here's something that I want to make sure that we all understand. Okay. No matter where you are in your life right now, okay, no matter where you are in your life right now, you are more than what you've become. You are 100% more than what you have become. It doesn't mean that what you have become is bad. It doesn't mean that what you have become is something that needs to be just shined or looked down on. I'm just simply here to remind you, or even to expose to you for the first time, that even where you are right now, you're more than what you've become. And so I want to show you how to go from where you are to where you desire to be in the midst of the lions that are coming after you. Rest assured, they are coming after you. But in order for us to do that, I want to share a brief history lesson, if you will, in regards to why most people go, they attempt, let me say it this way, they attempt to go through the lion's den, but it's real difficult for them to break through. And here's why, okay? Here's why it's difficult for most people to go through the lion's den. Because most people live this fabricated life. They live this life based on being what's called a hypocrite. Okay, a hypocrite. Now, let me give you a brief little history lesson. Now, I'm far from an expert in theater, right? But as I was doing research on this years ago, and as I was writing this book, I came across, and as a matter of fact, my mentor shared this with us as at one point as well. In Greek theater, if you remember, in Greek theater, there were times when a specific actor would play multiple roles, and in order for that actor to or actress to play multiple roles, they had a mask, and that mask would be connected to a stick, right? And a lot of times we look at, for example, close to what we see in like the Mardi Gras, right? If you ever been to Mardi Gras, seen videos of Mardi Gras, this is similar to the mask that they had, and it had this stick that they would hold the mask, right? And the reason that they did this is because obviously they didn't have all the bells and the whistles that we have today, as far as being able to depict themselves as different characters and makeup and all of that kind of stuff. And so they just use different masks. Now, what this mask was attempting to do was to portray one individual as two or more different characters. I'll say it again. This mask was attempting to portray this one individual as two or more different characters. The name in which that was depicting was something called hypocrite. Hypocrite. Hypocrite is where we get our word hypocrite from, which means, in so many words, that you are someone else other than who you are originally created to be. Okay, I told y'all we was gonna go deep. I don't have a lot of time, but I want to make sure I give you some substance. When you are trying to be someone that you're not, when you're trying to be someone other than who you are created to be, you fall into the trap of being a hypocrite. And a hypocrite is a delicious meal for a lion. I want y'all to understand this, okay? Being a hypocrite is something that lions long to eat. Hypocrites. Hypocrites. Again, what is a hypocrite? A hypocrite is someone that is portraying to be something or someone that they're not in the natural. You're not originally this person that you're claiming to be. And so you portray yourself to be someone that you're not. You're a hypocrite. You're a full course meal for a lion. So I want to show you how to overcome this, okay? I want to show you how to overcome it. Okay, now, how do you overcome this? How do you overcome this? Let me make sure I bring this up for you real quick. Real quick. Okay. So, how do you overcome this? There's really four questions that I call the four questions of authenticity that you need to make sure that you can answer if you're going to overcome this barrier of being a hypocrite, or if you're going to become your authentic self, okay? The first question is a question of of awareness of who you are, right? Now, when I say who you are, right, or who are you, this is the first question. Who are you? I'm not talking about your occupation. We're not concerned about what you do for work. Ah, wrong word. We're not concerned about what you do for your job, right? Work and your job is something completely different. We'll go into that at some other point in the lion's den. We're not there yet. But your work and your job is two different things. So when I say who are you, I'm not referring to your job. I'm not referring to what you do to make a living on a job. Okay? I'm talking about who have you been created to be, right? It's a question of your source. Where do you come from? Okay. Again, we're going to go deeper into this. And of course, if you have the book, it's in here. Okay. It's a question of your source from which you came. You need to know who you are. Who are you connected to? This is so important. Who are you connected to? Okay. Now, the second question that you need to be able to answer is, what would you like to be known for? What would you like to be known for? You may say, well, what does that mean? What would you like to be known for? What would you like to be known for? I'm going to read this straight from the book. It says, it's the foundation. The foundation of this question is that of contribution. How would you like to contribute to society and the world abroad? What would you like to be known for? Question number three. Question number three, because I promise you I won't be on here long. Question number three is, what is your vision? What is your vision? What picture do you have in your mind? Your mind and your brain is two different things. We'll talk about it later. But what picture do you have in your mind of who you are? Okay. So again, we're not talking about physical eyes here. What is your vision? We're talking about legacy. What will your legacy be? What is it that you want people to say? This is Mike's legacy. This is so and so's legacy. What is it? And then, of course, number four is, what makes you what I call uniquely angry? What makes you uniquely angry? Now, I'm gonna say this to you because I remember the first time of my mentor shared this question with me, and I'm gonna be honest with you. The question itself made me angry because I'm like, what do you mean? What makes me angry? What makes me angry? And he said, listen, there's something that when you see it, whether it's happening to you or whether it's happening to someone else, it ticks you off to the point where you can't sleep at night. You can't function during the day because you feel like you have to do something to fix that problem. Whatever that is, that's a clue as up to what makes you uniquely angry. Now, when you discover what that is, you're tapping into the channel of purpose. You're tapping into the channel of purpose. When you tap into the channel of purpose, you are becoming your true, authentic self. So, again, here are the four questions of authenticity. Who are you? Again, this is a question of source. What would you like to be known for? How are you going to contribute to society or the world, right? Number three, what is your vision? What would your legacy be when it's all said and done, right? And you've taken your last breath, what will your legacy be? And then number four, what makes you uniquely angry? When you see this happening to you, or when you experience it happening to you, or you see it happening to someone else, you become angry so much so where you feel as if you have to do something to fix that problem. Whatever that is, that's a clue as to what your purpose is. Okay. Now, okay. All right. So here's what I want to do. Okay. Here's what I want to do. 21 minutes in, I'm making really, really good time. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to end it with something that for me, it was a game changer. It was an absolute game changer. Okay. Again, the Lion's Den, the subtitle for the Lion's Den is this for a reason. It says capitalizing on life experiences to building character. The Lion's Den is the opportunity to capitalize on your life experiences for the intent of building character. Okay. But now, in order for us to be able to really hone in on that, I want to give you a working definition of what character is. Okay. Based on how it was presented to me and how I started to function in it, right? There were so many things. Oh my goodness. If you knew the story, there were so many things that could have potentially knocked me off. Okay, like I'm not joking. There were so many things that happened in my life over the course of my 41 years where things could have knocked me completely off and I would have been a completely different person. But by the grace of God, number one, he kept me by the grace of God. Number two, he put people in my life that can keep me in alignment with what God was doing in my life. Now, there is no way that I'm saying that God was the reason that things happened. Okay? That's not what I'm saying. That that he was the reason that things happened. What I am saying is that he took what I was experiencing and he used it for his good. Okay. Hopefully you guys are still catching me. I'm getting all type of signals here letting me know that something's going on. But hey, we're gonna keep flowing. Okay. So here's the thing. So let me give you a definition of character, and then we're going to end it here, and we will continue with this on next week. Okay. All right. So let me give you a definition of character. Character is having a commitment to the purpose of a fulfilled assignment. Okay, that only you can accomplish at the capacity in which you've been created to meet its demand. Okay. I'll say it again. Character is having a commitment. I was having a conversation with one of my daughters, as a matter of fact, 2 days ago, and we were talking about this word commitment. And so many people have a faltered understanding of what commitment is. But character is having a commitment to the purpose of a fulfilled assignment. What does that mean? Again, we're going back on purpose, okay? Each and every one of us have a purpose in which we have been created to fulfill. There's no one else on the planet that has been created, designed, uniquely designed to fulfill the purpose in which we have been created to fulfill at the capacity in which we're created to fulfill it. God has given each and every one of us a specific purpose. I need you to really, really grab hold of that and accept that truth. God has given you a purpose. It doesn't matter what you've been through. God has given you a purpose that only you can fulfill at the capacity in which you've been created and uniquely designed to fulfill it. So, having character now, even when you're in public and when you're in private, character is essential. Who are you when no one is watching? Oh, goodness. Okay. Who are you when no one is watching? When you're the same person that's in alignment with the plan and purposes and will of God in your life, you, my friend, are functioning from a place of character. Okay. It doesn't matter what other people did, what other people said, what other people are doing. Are you functioning from a place of character in spite of? Character, again, give you another definition to think about, because character for a lot of people is on the surface, right? But character, you got to dig deep with this thing. Character, again, is having a commitment to the purpose of a fulfilled assignment. What assignment are we talking about? We're talking about the assignment that God has given you. Okay. So you're committed to the fulfillment of that assignment that only you can accomplish at the capacity in which you've been created to meet its demand. Where am I getting this from? Listen, your purpose has a demand. That demand meets the problem that exists right now. You may say, how in the world am I so confident that the man that's on your life meets the problem that exists right now? Well, it's very, very clear, because you're alive. You're sitting here listening to me right now, which is a clear indication that you have a purpose to fulfill. If it was not so, you, my friend, would not be here. You have an assignment, you have a purpose that only you can fulfill at the capacity in which you have been created to fulfill it. So, with that being said, I want to make sure again that are we understand what this is. We have to understand what this is, okay? Because I guarantee you this lion is coming. This lion is coming. As a matter of fact, this lion is already waiting on you. This lion is waiting on you to be its next meal. No question about it. The lion is waiting on you to become its next full course meal. The question is, are you going to allow yourself to be a hypocrite? Are you going to allow yourself to walk in this life as the fake person that this lion is sniffing out for? Oh my God, y'all got to catch it. Y'all got to catch it. The lion is sniffing. He or she is sniffing for the hypocrite. They're looking for the person that can't be real. They're looking for the person that's plastered on social media all day trying to be somebody that they're not. This is what they're looking for. They're looking for somebody that is afraid to be who God has created them to be. And when they can sense that, when they can smell that there's a fake person getting ready to walk in this den, you, my friend, are a potential victim for the lion's den. So I want to help you. I want to help you as we continue to move forward in this journey. The lion's den is not always easy to overcome, but it is definitely possible if you follow the principles that is going to get you out. I can only say this because I myself have gone through the lion's den. Lion's den is something that you're going to face on a consistent basis, but if you know how to attack and kill the lion before it kills you, you'll make it out on top every single time. Every single time. So hopefully this was something that resonated with you. Okay. People don't like to hear this message a lot of times because the last thing you want to hear is that you're being fake. I'm not saying you're being fake. You have to identify that. That's why I said that you are the common denominator. Are y'all hearing me? You are the common denominator, and only you can identify within yourself whether or not you're being fake. Are you authentic or are you a hypocrite? That's for you to discover. But I will tell you on the other end of the lion's den that they can smell you from a mile away. They can smell you from a mile away. And so you don't want to become a victim of that, okay? So with that being said, again, let me put the link back up for those of you that may not have your copy of the book. And because again, we are going to be going through this over the series of, hey, listen, whenever we stop, which we probably won't, right? There are so many more principles in this book that I didn't even get a chance to put in here. But if you want to get your copy of the book, go ahead and go to MikeLewisInc.com/hear the roar, all one word, MikeLewisInc.com/hear the roar, and you can order your book. Or if you are tuning in live or wherever you are, Instagram, Facebook, whether you're on LinkedIn, YouTube live, wherever you are, go ahead and send me a message, and myself or someone from the team will make sure that we get all your information, and we will show you how to get a copy of the book. If you want a signed copy, I will recommend you go that route. Send us a message, and I will sign a copy for you and make sure you get your hands on this book. Okay, Lion's Den, game changer. All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end it off. We are 30 minutes in. I want to be a man of my word and make sure that you get your evening. All right, I want to make sure you get your evening. So with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you from joining in tonight. You see me looking all over the place again. I have all kind of controls that I'm looking at, but I want to make sure that you guys get something out of this. Okay, so let me know if you're tuning in or if you tuned in live and I wasn't able to see your comments. If you're tuning in on the replay, let me know what you got out of this and how we can help you break out of this lion's den. All right, so with that being said, family, I appreciate you. I love you. And again, welcome to the lion's den. Don't be a hypocrite as you're walking into what it is that God has preordained for you to accomplish in your life. Don't allow the lions to smell the hypocrite. Be authentic. Discover who you are. Discover what you desire for your legacy to be. Discover your authenticity. Alright? So, that being said, family, we are going to get this one tonight. Let me know what resonated with you.